Chase Lee Hockey. Oh my God, with the blue futon. And we have a super pet here. DC League of Super Pets. And Mickey is the biggest super pet of them all. Are you a super pet? Are you a big boy super pet? He's a small boy, but he thinks he's such a big boy. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. So, DC League of Super Pets, what's about? It's a very simple premise, actually. When Superman needs to leave his planet, his pet dog comes with him, and the pet dog and Superman are best friends in New York, aka not really New York. It's more of like where Batman and Superman lives, but looks just like New York anyway. A guinea pig, Lex Luthor, kind of team up to have this weird orange kryptonite, which actually supersizes the pets, and now they gotta save the Justice League. And that is the gist of the story. So with this, I like this movie. Going to this movie, I was expecting zero. The trailers were all right. Not a lot of promotional material for this movie, so I was like, okay, they're kind of just throwing this on the bus. They don't know what they want to do with it. But I was pleasantly surprised with what the movie gave me for comedy, for story, and for information for what the future can hold, because there are some Easter eggs. So with that, I'll give the negatives of the movie first. The animation isn't the greatest for a WB. This kind of felt like Scoob's animation. If you remember that one's a Scooby-Doo animated movie. It feels like that came out in 2019, 2020. It was actually 2020 because of COVID. The animation hasn't changed in 2 years. So I think that's a little bit of a flaw for a movie like this. Yes, kids aren't looking for that. Kids are looking for silly pets doing silly superhero stuff. But when you have like Sing 2, you have Lightyear, you have the new Puss in Boots movie coming out. I'm not putting, Bad Guys. I'm not putting that one I just saw recently, Paws of Fury, because that one was also kind of a weak animation movie. But I would say the animation for this one can be stepped up just a little bit. Also, some of the humor doesn't land, of course. Some of it is pretty hysterical, and some of it is just kind of a little bit of a dud. Some of the voice acting for me didn't work, as well as some of the scenarios of the thing. Everything occurring in the U.S., and it feels like everything has to be added with a little bit of snippets of agendas in a movie. This one's guilty of it as well, of just putting stuff like, did that really have to be in there? Did that really have to be in there? I will have to do research if Green Lantern has ever been a female. I know Tyrese Gibson wanted to do it. I know Ryan Reynolds is doing it, but I've never heard of a female Green Lantern. Don't know. You gotta let me know. And it feels like this Aquaman 2 is kind of a copy of Jason Momoa and stuff like that. And I will give the bad girl in this movie is a guinea pig. What's with guinea pigs being the bad animal of all animated movies? You have this. You have the Bad Guys. They both came out in the recent years. What's with guinea pigs? Does Hollywood hate guinea pigs? What the fuck? They're guinea pigs. Calm down. So other than those little small nitpicks, like I said, I was pleasantly surprised with what I was witnessing on screen. I thought Keanu Reeves was actually one of the best voice acting. I felt like, The Rock and Kevin Hart, they do a fine job with it. But Keanu Reeves, to me, actually steals the show. I think the story is good. It has a good heart, has a good message with all these animals coming together and becoming these League of Super Pets. I am curious if this is how it actually is in the comics, or if there really is a comic. I mean, it makes sense for the dogs. The squirrel kind of just feels weird being the pet with, Green Lantern. I feel like that's kind of awkward. Then the guinea pigs were just thrown in there for, who is it? Was it for Aquaman as well as Cyborg? That was also just random. So some of the pets were cute, and some of them just didn't make sense for how the story was going to be told. Some of the humor was hysterical. Like I said, I like the tortoise. I think that is the best humor when it comes to the movie, is the cussing, if you want to put it that way, because they bleep it out. And I do think that is pretty smart and just very adult-esque humor when you put it in there. So other than that, I think it's a fine, serviceable animated movie that I think could age pretty well. Also, sorry I forget this, and I think this can be a negative, of The Rock kind of like doing a quick nudge with the post-credit screen scene. Sorry, not the middle one, but the final one. I felt it was too on the nose. I understand what they're doing, but it felt like, someone in this universe, and Black Adam, hint, hint, has a little bit, you could call it Vin Diesel-esque, ego. But that's all I'm going to say with that. I'm probably going to get punched in the face by The Rock if he ever watches this. I understand what they're trying to do with the cute little humor, But on some levels, I was just like, ah, I understand what you're doing. Should this really connect? Because there is weird stuff too with like Batman talking about Morgan Freeman. So where exactly is this in the DCEU universe? Is it in the Black Adam? Is it in the Christopher Nolan one? What universe are we actually in with this movie? Are we in the Legos universe? I don't know. But overall, DC League of Super Pets, I bounced around all over with this review. I'm sorry. So again, overall, negatives. I think the animation's a little bit weak. Some of the humor and voice acting isn't the greatest in my opinion, and some on-the-nose stuff just doesn't make sense. Positive, strong message, but then also strong voice acting at that same line of reasoning, as well as great action set pieces and good humor as well for kids and adults alike. So DC League of Super Pets will receive a 3.5 out of 5 with Futons, which equals at 70%. So see the critics' news scores gave this one. And before I give you the critics' scores, with the Pitbull and the back arc, I blame the adults for not paying attention to their children. That is all I'm going to say. I think my League of Super Pets wants to come back up here, don't you? Do you want to come back up? It's up to Mickey Pooh. It's up to Mickey if he wants to. Oh, and he does. So we have League of Super Pets. We have a 69% with the critics, 67 of them. Audience score 81% with fewer than 50. Here's critic consensus. Although it never quite soars, DC League of Super Pets is a more of a satisfying diversion for families in search for four-legged fun. Also, I think the title of the movie could have been a little bit better. Anyway, you have the 69, my 70, or the 81, Chase Duck with the Blue Futon. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think of Futontopia. You Plutonians, thank you for watching. Have a great day. And watch. If I don't pet him with one hand, like, he kind of, like, paws at me. I'm ready to see him in 3, 2, 1. He stopped panting. I'm surprised he hasn't looked for my hand. Oh, he's staring at me hard. He is staring. Oh. You want more pets? Okay, more pets!